Welcome back, you Degenerates, to the number one fantasy football podcast in the world. I'm your host, Mike, with a nice new haircut, and Billy looking like a bum.
Yeah, what's going on, Mike?
How you doing?
I wish I had a haircut like you.
You want me to do it? We did do it
No,
live.
no,
we did do it for the cameras.
I never want you anywhere near me with sharp objects.
That's true. Joe Green, how was Alaska?
It's good. Not that chilly. Not too bad.
Do you see that? What's that big bear thing?
Polar bear?
No, the big one. The
black
fake one.
bear? Grizzly bear?
You know what I'm saying? The Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch? It's not
over
it's
there.
not a bear.
Well, he also stopped in Washington, so that's
Yeah.
kind of where they were.
No, I can't say I saw any Billies walking around.
How about the?
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa. I mean, that is my
Flashback.
name. That's my gamer tag, messing with Sasquatch. But
Yeah.
come on.
Did you see that? The long dinosaur?
Dinosaur?
The Loch Ness Monster or whatever?
Loch Ness Monster? Isn't that in Ireland?
I have no idea. No, I thought it was
It's
over
in
there.
Scotland, you
Scotland.
fuck. Have some respect.
God damn. We're going all around the
Respect for my
world
people.
with if you guys don't know, we get a present from Joe Green. We get golf balls all around the world. We're almost at all 50 states.
We're like 15 states
Just
this
this
summer.
year.
This summer. That's great. I did lose Nashville. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I lost
That's
Nashville.
tough. Mike's got half the map already.
I got everything. I'm a hoarder. All right, folks, we're going to talk about the fantasy football. You know, we're talking about wide receivers. We're in the second part of our rankings. We're going to start off with number 37. Billy, hit us off.
No, we're not going to talk about the
Oh, we
injuries
have
and whatnot.
news.
You moron.
I'm sorry.
I thought he was
we
going to be
went over
rusty.
this.
Look at you rusty nail.
I got energy. Too much energy. I ate before. We're good.
Yeah, his trigger's going to crash mid-episode.
No, it goes up, doesn't crash.
It goes up, and then it crashes. I've known you for 20 years.
It's like the stock market, you know?
Yes.
Or crypto.
Ebbs and flows.
It's like my bank account.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
It's like Joe Green's bank account every time his wife wants to go away.
All right, we're just ripping each other. All right, the news. Smith, the Cowboys left tackle, broke his knee basically. His whole hamstring is dislocated. It ripped right off the bone. It's horrible. Have you seen the video? He's down for the count. You ever seen a 400-pound man go down?
Yeah, the hamstring ripped from the knee, and then there's a special word for that injury. It begins with an E. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, broken knee.
It's not a broken knee.
That's an E.
Tyron Smith did not break his knee.
It's worse.
No, it's worse.
It's worse. If you broke your knee, just a couple of screws. Nah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
They said maybe by December. There's no shot.
He tore it off the bone.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that called?
It doesn't. No one tweeted the actual name of that.
It's-
I saw
Google it.
I googled his name to see what it was, and the first thing is ESPN says, "How can the Cowboys fill his gaping hole?" And I just kind of, oh God, what a terrible headline that is.
Can you just picture this? You know, back in the day, we'd go to Ruby Tuesdays.
Salad bar.
Yeah. And everyone gets their ribs.
An avulsion.
And
Sorry.
yeah, I can't say that word. So we're not gonna go there. And you just pull the meat right off the bone. Yep, that's his hamstring. Woo! You don't want to see it.
So you ate his hamstring right off the bone.
I mean, I would. I mean, you see that,
Ruby
man?
Tuesday's dinner meal.
2 for 20.
2 for 20. He needs a 2 for 20.
That's Applebee's.
No Fridays.
What's a $5 apps or $4 apps? Is that Applebee's?
Those are half off apps.
Half off apps.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know. Fridays does buy
does
one
the
get
same
one
thing,
on
yeah.
Fridays.
It's the same
They have
thing.
a DJ in the corner.
I mean, Joe Green.
We're doing good. We're off to a hot start.
Anyway, that's the news. Other news is the big fight between Bengals and Rams. They have a joint practice right now, and apparently it was assault, straight out assault. We'll have Joe Green put a picture up on exactly what went down.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
If there's video out there, it's gonna look real bad for the Rams.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, I'm sure there will be videos out.
Because the announcers were like, "This is assault."
That's assault, brother.
But the good news is nobody can be penalized but the team penalizing them. It can't be from the league. The league cannot penalize them for practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's official. ESPN. #. Thank you.
Who do you think ran in the fight? Who was the biggest bitch? Fetal position.
Jalen Ramsey. A pussy.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Probably Chase.
Chase?
He looks like a pussy.
Yeah,
to
he
me.
kind of.
Yeah.
Like Higgins looks like he's scrapped, and then Chase is like,
Yeah, you ever see that video of, I forgot who was asking Joe Burrow in front of Jamar Chase, like, who's better, you or Justin Jefferson? He's like, oh, me, of course. And Joe Burrow's like staring at him like, what are you, fucking dumb? And like, clearly he wanted to cry. Like, he's like, it's a pussy. I think he ran. I think it's a good take.
Joe Burrow didn't have his appendix taken out, he would have been in the fight.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's a dog. He used to scrap in college. Wild stories about it.
Scrap? Wild stories about
yeah.
scrapping?
Yeah.
Ohio great. Scrapper.
From
No,
Ohio.
first week at LSU, there's a full-on fist fight, and he was the reason why. Great story. Look it
Bro
up.
gets down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more news. Any more news?
No, I mean, Antonio Gibson getting named the kick returner was pretty funny. I don't know. Like, I think he's still technically the starter, but I don't know if any starting running back that's a kick returner. So
No starting
Not
players.
since
a
the
kick return.
early 2000s.
right, probably in like the 1940s when they just killed people like
Yeah.
on the football field. But
He's not even gonna do anything back there. They don't even bring it back anymore.
Yeah.
That's
well,
crazy.
I was saying earlier, I think the reason why they put him there is so that way he can't touch the ball. Because like, why would you trust someone to return kicks who fumbles a lot? But clearly, like, they don't have to worry about him returning it because it's just gonna go out the back of the end zone. So.
Yeah. It's just kicks, not punts.
No, not punts.
Because he was on punt team.
Punts.
He was on punts in the preseason.
It just said kick returner. I
You-
thought
you
I
don't
thought
you-
punts would make
You're
any
gonna
sense.
trust him with punts?
No.
That's
No.
what I was saying.
I wouldn't. I owned him
fumbles
for
as
3
it is.
years. I wouldn't trust him with a punt.
Zero shot.
No.
Zero shot, Bucko. All right, 37. Billy, take us off.
All right. I'm going to go just to like 42. We'll try to keep it within like 5.
All right.
Five groups of 5.
Our tiers will be on the board, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Just because these tiers are huge.
Yeah.
There's no point to just like break down a full tier. You get lost in the sauce. 37, I have Robert Woods. 38, Mecole Hardman. 39, Adam Thielen. 40, DeAndre Hopkins. 41, I got George Pickens. And 42, Hunter Renfrow, who may be moving up my board for reasons we'll discuss. Who do you got around there?
Ooh. 37. I gotta go back up because I went down.
Oh, look at how
Oh,
great
yeah,
my list was.
Oh, yeah. I have Allen Lazard, number one wide receiver currently for the Green Bay,
Allegedly.
Drake London, rookie. Kadarius Tony, Jacoby Myers, and Treylon Burks.
You know, that was 41.
Yeah, who's
and-
42?
And Tyler Lockett.
Thank you.
Tyler Lockett. Can't lose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You have a lot of rookies in that area.
Yeah, because they get the boost. They get
Well,
the boost.
The
I-
rookie boost?
The rookie boost.
I gotta say, like, and I think I took this in consideration when I was doing my rankings. Every year we see one wide receiver finish in that top 25. Like, so I feel like someone has to be
There.
there.
I mean, I have Drake London in my top. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
So-
fine.
right. So you have him as the rookie
Yeah.
wide receiver is going off. I personally lean Burks just because he's number one on an offense that should
But-
be respectable.
Let me say this.
But
Treylon Burks is going down on my list. I did this before the news that he's not the starter.
no.
Westbrook became the starter. They
Yeah.
named him the starter.
He's just doesn't know the playbook. He's playing in fourth quarters in preseason.
Asthma.
It's asthma, whatever. It's
Fat.
I'm more worried that he's playing in the fourth quarter of a preseason game.
He's not playing.
Like I think he'll still be on the field all the time because he's athletic as shit and he's great after the catch. But if you don't know the route you're supposed to run, you can't be on the field.
Kyle Phillips is on the field before him.
Kyle Phillips, is a slot receiver. I like Kyle
What
Phillips.
Trey
but-
Burks was supposed to be a slot receiver coming out.
Oh, was
Yes,
he?
he played at Arkansas. He was mainly a slot receiver. He was a big slot.
6'2"?
Yes,
Bold statement.
that's what he did at Arkansas because he did all the in routes. He was good. He was basically just like Brown. He broke plays off. That's what he did.
I mean,
Go
I
look it
didn't
up.
view him as that player. I viewed him as like someone who you could give the like AJ Brown. Like that's how
But-
I thought he was.
Yeah, that's his comp.
That is
was
his
AJ
comp.
Brown.
Like I didn't view him as a slot
But he
receiver.
played in the slot. He wasn't going to do that in the NFL, but it still shows you can't even beat out the other rookie.
I mean, I think the injuries had something to do with that. But at the end of the day, I just think the talent will shine
Yeah,
through. Like that's why I still think I think his situation is better than all the other rookie wide receivers. I don't trust Mariota, Zach Wilson. We don't even know if he's going to play. Things like that.
I don't believe positive reports in preseason, but I do believe negative ones, and I haven't heard one positive thing about this guy.
You could say the same about Jamar Chase last year.
Yeah, but
though.
Chase was. We all knew that
No,
Chase was. Still
it was
a
a
top
lot.
five
There
talent.
wasn't bad press about it. It was him saying dumb things like, "Oh, I can't see the football now. There's no white stripes on it."
No, he
And
did.
he dropped like two balls that we all saw.
Yes, yeah, we saw.
It's not him playing in the fourth quarter of a preseason game.
I
you
guess
know?
that's fair.
That's like
It's not
watching
like
Gibson. Gibson take off kickoff returns. And we're like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, it's not like it's a first year coach trying to see what like Vrabel's been there for a while. He knows what he's looking for. If that guy can't show him in 2 quarters and in a month of training camp that he's got to be out there for 4 quarters, I don't like that.
The fact that he's also there's nobody else on this team other than what's his name, Woods.
Yeah, Robert Woods.
So why is he not on the field?
I think he ultimately will.
He will be.
I
He
think
will
they're
be.
just slowing him into the role.
I think he's gonna start the season very slow.
Yeah.
Second half.
Yeah.
I also, Mike, I totally disagree. Just watching his highlights, like this, they're
He
throwing
play-
him the
he-
ball deep, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like he
he
had
play-
some
yeah.
after the catch plays, but it's not like
He's a big
He's
guy.
He's a yak guy.
He's
but
a yak guy.
Arkansas threw the ball deep a lot.
He-
but, like,
They were running the ball in 3 and defense most of the time.
yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think he was a slot. I don't know. That to me sounds like kind of crazy just from watching his highlights. But yeah, well, I guess we'll see. I don't know why. I just seem to be highest on him, but
Yeah.
the reports aren't great. That's for sure.
I want to talk about my boy Kadarius Tony. All right.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember last year, he had 189 yards, 13 targets, 10 catches, and yet some people are forgetting how explosive he was that game. The following game, he also had 79 yards. He had like 6 catches. Averaged 18.9 yards per catch. Okay. He ranked 10th in all the league in yards in yak per reception. And he had, out of the whole league, 2nd ranked missed tackles out of his position.
Yep.
Okay, you got to say that the Giants are going to improve now that we finally have an actual coach with Dabo. We got to hope that Daniel Jones somewhat improves with the offensive line. Hopefully. And we have one of the easier schedules going against Cowboys twice, Washington twice, and, well, Eagles are going to have a pretty good, decent defense.
We talked about this yesterday. Me and Mike. The Eagles are going to win this division by 2 games.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what
like-
the betting odds are, but I'd slam the Eagles.
Yeah,
this
it's
isn't
not
even gonna.
close.
It's
It's
not
like
gonna be close.
it's like plus 175.
I would 100%
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
Cowboys are still the favorite.
That's ridiculous. I would 1,000,000% slam the Eagles.
Like, I really don't see how it's any close.
I
that
don't
division,
think
but-
I wouldn't be shocked the Cowboys only won 7-8 games. Like I really don't think that highly of the Cowboys.
The
Listen.
only negative we have with the Joker, that's his nickname because he's a rapper, is his injuries. Can he stay on the field?
That's my one
That's
issue.
the only negative.
I have him ranked at 52. He's part of the head, shoulders, knees, and toes family. You know, he's currently hurt again
Yeah.
this
They're
offseason.
just not playing him.
Knee and hamstring injuries.
So he had a knee scope earlier in the offseason.
Cleaned
Had a
it up.
hammy injury. Yeah, but still,
Cleaned it up.
clean up his knee. Last year, he hurt his knee. He hurt his shoulder. He hurt his oblique. He hurt his ankle.
And he punched someone.
And he had COVID. And he punched somebody. The guy is great on the football field, but is terrible at getting to the football field.
Absolutely terrible.
So that worries me.
But he can win you a league.
I don't disagree.
He's currently in the 10th round average being drafted, which is great. If you're in a dynasty and then keeper league, great. You don't have to waste a lot, and maybe you get no matter what, he could be a flex play.
Yeah, I don't think anyone doubts his talent. I think everyone
doubt it
saw
at
it was on full display last year. Even the people who were pretty haters on that pick. 'Cause remember, a lot of people didn't like that
Yeah.
pick. I mean, the talent's there, but do you trust Daniel Jones? Do you trust him to stay healthy? Do you trust the Giants offense to stay on the field? Like, it's all those things that make him less appealing. I was much higher on him a month ago. I mean, I was slamming him in mock drafts.
Yeah.
But with the recent injuries, I've kind of stayed away. But I agree, Mike. If he plays, it's probably a top 25 wide receiver that you're getting in the 10th round.
Agreed. But how many games is he truly going to play? That's my question.
That's the question mark. It feels a little like Odell, but like the end of Odell. with
Yeah,
the
the end
Giants.
with his injuries. Next up, I kind of want to talk about Jacoby Myers. I think he's Mr. Safe. Like, currently going 58th wide receiver based off his usage. He was a top 15 wide receiver. He could have finished top 15 if he just had touchdowns. Saw 2.4 touchdowns percentage, and the league average is 6%. That's insane. If he just gets touchdowns, he is a top 15 wide receiver.
Yeah.
You can say that about Miles Sanders, though.
What's true?
Miles Sanders never scored a touchdown in his life.
Miles Sanders would be a top 10 back.
We could also...
You can say that about anybody.
We could also say part of the reason he did not get touchdowns is because he had a rookie QB. He has a new system. It's all there.
Well,
He had 126 targets last year, 83 catches.
Yeah.
And you gotta believe that Devontae Parker is gonna take some of the coverage away from him. I mean, he's playing from the
He's
slot.
going to take targets away from him.
That's
what I think.
But
I don't think he's going to take coverage away from him.
But there's nobody else on this team. There really is. We have Aguilar. Come on.
Hunter Henry.
I'm pretty sure there
Henry
are
had
other.
9 touchdowns last year.
I'm pretty sure their other rookie wide receiver, Thornton. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Marcus.
I'm pretty sure he got injured.
hurt. Yeah,
he got hit. He's out for a little bit. So, I mean, he's safe no matter what. You have flex play, and for his ADP is great.
Question, like, new system. What new system did he have last year?
QB's new system.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, no, not him. Jacoby's been there for a minute.
He's definitely a safe-ish play. I just there's no sexy pick on the Patriots. I'm sorry.
No,
Even like
I think
Ramondre Stevenson is not sexy.
I think
Nah, he's a little
Myers is the safest pick.
Dark chocolate.
You think what, Mike?
Myers is the safest pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I have a tough time. Like, I'm gonna play Jacoby Myers this week and feel good about it.
You need 10 points. You're gonna get 10 points.
There's a bunch of people on this that we're going to be talking about today that, like, if you need 10 points, it's like 5 or 6 guys I wrote this for. Like, you need 10 points, you're getting those 10 points. But, like, I don't want Jacoby Myers.
I mean, I would take. I mean, you're gonna talk about Hunter Renfrow in a second.
Yeah.
I'm taking Myers before Hunter Renfrow.
I just think
I was thinking about doing that, but now I'm not. Yeah.
I just it's like my rule is just don't draft Patriots. I don't know why.
Same.
They just don't. They haven't been good since Brady left.
No, running back I'll take.
That's
receiver.
the worst.
Wide receiver I'm not taking.
But since Brady left in the Brady Edelman connection, I have not felt strong about anything on the Patriots, and that's been like 3 years now.
Yeah.
All right.
Real quick, I want to talk real quick about Adam Thielen. I have him down here. We talked already last week about how the Vikings are going to be throwing the ball more. We're thinking the new system coming in. Adam Thielen scores 10 touchdowns every year. He can play 6 games. Somehow he scores 10 touchdowns. It's just the type of person he is. He's a big red zone threat. It looked like he was a running back from San Francisco last year. Like, every week we're like, it's just a big fat queue. Like, when you're looking at your team, you don't know if he's actually going to play. What's the deal? Like, every single week. But Adam Thielen, with the injury history that's been happening recently, I dropped him down. I love Adam Thielen. You know, I love that touchdown upside. I just don't think he's going to get the volume. I think a lot more work is going to go into KJ Osborne. They'll still split the work, but it's... I don't think he's on the end of his career.
Yeah,
you know?
he's not getting that yak.
He's still going to score 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he'd probably have 35, 40 receptions.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page on that. Like, I don't find him sexy. I see so many fantasy experts, you know, quote unquote experts on Twitter who like cite his stats from the last like 5 years, but it's like consistently has gotten less and less targets. Like, he's not as good as he once was. He's like 32, I think now.
Yeah, consistently scores 10 touchdowns. So.
Yeah, the touchdowns are there.
He's like Mike Evans if he didn't get 10 targets a game.
It's true.
Right.
The other person, you know, I talked real quick. Deandre Hopkins was number 40 for me. Listen, he's a top 15 wide receiver.
All day long.
If he's not suspended. It's that simple. You can get him in the middle of 6th round. You know, he was banged up last year, so that's why his numbers aren't huge from last year. But, you know, if you can wait 6 games, you could have a winning wide receiver on your team from the 6th round.
I think you definitely have to plan if you have the idea of drafting Hopkins.
Of course.
Yeah, you have to be in a pretty good spot.
You have to be in a good spot. You have to plan ahead it's not somebody you just, you know what, let me pick that person.
Yeah.
You got to be safe.
But like you also kind of have to know going in to your drafts. A lot of people drafting this week and next week that if you want Hopkins, you need to go in with a specific plan of like, I need this guy, and I feel safe then taking him. If like say he's somebody you've been looking for, like if I get this guy, then I can take Hopkins. They snipe that guy from you, and then you no longer feel safe. You have to pivot. Just dump the idea.
Yeah,
Trade for him.
Let's put it this way: you're not drafting Michael Thomas and then drafting DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, this was my.
I did that last week.
Really? I feel like that's not safe at all.
They're my wide receiver 3 and 4.
Oh, all right.
Going-
That's
yeah.
different.
Going into our draft, I debated. Do I pick Thomas or do I pick Hopkins? And I was like, which one's better? I was like, I'm gonna go with Thomas because I think he's gonna play the whole season, hopefully.
Wait, that's a little worrisome now.
And then now, I should have went Hopkins, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll talk trade if you want.
Yeah, you have Hopkins?
No,
Oh, you don't have
I want
Hopkins.
Michael Thomas.
Nah.
But I'm just saying you got to play it safer.
Yes.
If you
Yeah, absolutely.
Thomas, Hopkins.
Like
yeah.
it's a 10 team league with a bunch of casual players. Is that couples league I was talking about?
Yes, right.
I have Justin Jefferson and DJ Moore, 3 running backs, and then I went Michael Thomas next round. I went Hopkins.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a winning team.
It's pretty good trio or 4 wide receiver set.
Yeah. Hunter Renfrow, Mr. Joe Green, that's your boy.
It is my boy.
Did you see that interview that Derwin James did?
Yes.
Yeah, talking about how comparing him to Tyreek Hill.
what a comparison.
He's a burner.
Yeah, he said, "You watch film?
Yeah.
You watch some film?" Apparently, Derwin James thinks he's just as good as Tyreek Hill in that category of wide receivers. He's a stud. It's bittersweet that they brought Devontae Adams in. He's not going to get the same volume he had last year or the same touchdown totals, but there's news that Darren Waller may not really be hurt and he may be holding out. I don't know.
Is that the report?
I haven't heard that. I heard he's dealing with a hamstring
it could be,
injury.
Yeah, but
they
they
just
said it
haven't
could
said
be
anything.
contract issues.
I mean, he does want a new contract.
He hasn't played.
There's
It's not
no
great
money
for my
there.
team.
He practiced once since training camp started.
Yes.
There's no. Is there that? They're dry over there. There's no more money.
No.
No,
yeah.
they could pay him.
They could.
They have $21 million available, but there's no reason to. Like, when he signed that deal, he signed it when he was a nobody.
Yeah.
So that's why he wants a new deal.
That's time for Monroe, whatever his name is.
Yeah. But if there's really some real issues with Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro's skyrocketing back up. He could break into the top 25 again. Like, I don't think he's going to touch what he did last year. 100, 103 or 109 receptions, whatever it was, 9 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. I don't think that's attainable with Devontae Adams on the team, but still, Hunter Renfrow could become real valuable real quick if something happens to Waller.
100% agree. The other day, Devontae Adams caught 5 touchdowns against the Patriots. Making Devontae Adams move up a little bit on my board. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking
Five
good.
touchdowns in
He's
practice
looking
is
good on
kind
my
of a lot.
team.
Yeah.
Okay, how much higher could he go on your board?
I mean, he wasn't that high on my board. to
Above
begin
Chase.
with, but move up a little.
We should
You
try.
move up
I'll
one
trade
spot.
you. I'll trade you Adams for Chase.
No, not
I
that
thought I'd
crazy.
try. All right, is that it?
Yep.
All right, where are we going off? I have Hopkins at 43, Devontae Parker 44, Michael Gallup 45. Gallup did not get put on the PUP list, which is very good news. So you might get him a little early. I would expect maybe 2 games missed. Then you got Rondé Moore 46.
Dondell Moore.
Donde Moore.
Donda Moore. What the?
Donde.
Dondo West.
I wrote Donde.
It's
Dondell Moore.
Dondale Moore. I almost changed it for him yesterday. I was like, nah, let it ride because he's going to read it like that.
Continue on.
47, George Pickens. And last, I'm going to end with Nico Collins, 48.
All right. From 43 to 48, I have Tyler Lockett. Then I have Devontae Parker, Alan Lazard. 46, I have Jarvis Landry. 47, I have Treylon Burks. And 48, I have Tyler Boyd. Real quick, Mike, question for you. If you have CD Lamb, 7? and you have Dalton Schultz at 4, and you have Michael Gallup at, what is it,
45.
45?
Missing
there.
2 games.
And missing 2 games.
Yeah, while missing 2 games.
Still value there.
That's not my question.
That's
My
not
question is, how is Dak Prescott
Just
not
13.
draftable?
He's not draftable. Just not draftable.
You see how, like, when you go
I
through
understand.
the rankings and the
I
math just
understand.
doesn't add up?
It adds up for me.
Yeah, it's up to you because you don't know how to do math.
It adds up that he's not going to be successful. All right?
What's his name's gonna be the quarterback?
And Tony Pollard's going to have a great year playing out of the
Yeah,
slot. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, I don't want him to play out of slot. I don't want him to get that wide receiver destination. All right?
Mike's in on the Cooper Rush hype. That's what it is.
Cooper
Oh,
Rush
Cooper
is
Rush
balling.
taking over, right?
You
Yeah.
see that orange
yeah.
hair? Come on.
Oh God! All
I
right.
just every time I'm just gonna bring it up until the season starts.
All right, we'll
Not
have
fair.
George Pickens kind of high.
Yeah.
He's moving up the board, no?
Yeah, because what kind of similar to what I said last year when we were talking about Pat Fryermuth. The offense the Steelers put out in preseason, for the most part, that's what they do. So if you see them using one guy a lot in the preseason, it's kind of what they're gonna do. Like obviously Deontay Johnson and Najee aren't on the field because they don't need to be. But they're showing you what they're going to use that guy for. And it's nothing but good things.
I think with Pickens, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound crazy, but if they weren't starting Mitch and they're starting Kenny Pickett, I would actually move Pickens so much further up my list.
Oh yeah, me too.
Where?
I mean, he would be top 35 for sure.
Yeah,
Top 30.
he'd be close. He'd be from last week's episode.
He'd probably be like, I couldn't move him above like 40. There's no way.
I
mean,
like I have him at
Hopkins is
41.
missing 6 games.
I have him
I
at
mean,
41.
I have Hopkins. 40 puts him. 39 puts him at Adam Thielen.
I'd put him ahead of Mecole Hardman. I
Yeah.
promise you that.
Oh, he's above that for me.
Yep, and I think Chase Claypool. We'll talk about him a little bit. I think he's gonna be the odd man out. Unfortunately,
He's playing the slot.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know. Tall man playing the slot. 'Cause that's never been
I'm not
heard of.
saying it's impossible, but
it's
That was
not
always-
a diss on Chase Claypool. It's just like
No, you dissing on the small people. The small people only have to play the fucking goddamn the slot. You never saw Smith at Carolina fucking balling out.
I think he was still like 5'10" though.
yeah.
What's your point? He was playing on the outside.
All right, whatever. Continue on your point, Billy.
Damn.
Yeah, I think out of all of the receivers that are there, I think that Claypool is not the most talented person on the field. He's going to be the odd man out.
Well, he's clearly third most.
Yeah.
Out of
Like,
those
he's
receivers.
great for those gadget plays, and he's great in the red zone, but, like,
And TikTok.
so is George Pickens, so is Najee, so is Pat Fryermuth. Like, how much work is he truly going to get? And that worries me. I like George Pickens a lot. Every time I watch something he does, I'm like, oh, man, happy we drafted him.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He might listen. He's got an attitude. He might.
I like
he might
it.
get. It's a Steeler thing. I like it, but
He might be.
I expect a suspension or two.
Yeah, he might be punching people like Toney.
I might. We'll probably see at least one game suspension.
Well, what if he takes the Antonio Brown route? I mean, it's not the worst route in the world.
that's
get
a Hall of
naked on the
Fame.
field?
It's a Hall of Fame route until you lose your mind.
Yeah. So Vontaze Burfict kind of comes across the middle.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Collins. Nico Collins, he moved on my board. I say he's kind of decently high. You didn't talk about him yet. You have him at 52. I have him at 48.
I like Nico Collins.
I
You've
mean-
talked me into it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I said, you read it, you watch it, you see it play out. I'm big on David Mills. Joe Green's big on David Mills.
You guys have
He's growing.
Big neck guys.
Big neck, giraffe
neck.
guy. He sees the whole field. Why not it being Nico Collins? We have a second-year boost for him, all right? We give him second-year boost. He's a big guy, 6'4". There's no other competition other than Cooks on the field. I mean, if Mechie was here, unfortunately he has cancer and he also coming off his ACL, we probably wouldn't be talking about him. But because Nico Collins is the only big wide receiver there, he's going to get the touchdowns. They don't really have a tight end over there. He's going to get a ton of balls thrown his way. He looked good in the preseason. He had 4 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. He's just boxing out people, throwing people down. And like I said, I think Davis Mills is the best QB to come out of that draft class. I'm going to continue saying that. He's going to ball out this year. They have a decent offensive line. They drafted Green, I think, as their guard.
Yeah.
It looks good for
Their
them.
defense is god-awful.
Defense is going to be – and that's the best
No,
part.
it's a good thing.
That's a good thing for fantasy players. They're going to have to ball out.
Yeah.
On offense.
That's why I have Nico Collins at 51, and, like –
he's drawing.
That's about as far as I'm going to put him, because of – there is, like, you say Davis Mills is very good. Like, I find that there's a ceiling to him. Things like he can do on a football field, whereas like if Patrick Mahomes had that bad of a team, like he's making plays come out of his ass. I don't think that Mills is that kind of guy.
Well, no, he's making plays out of his neck. You know,
Yeah.
But like
David,
you can get lower when it's coming at your ass, but if it comes out your neck, they see it. They see it coming. It's eye level.
I mean, if David Mills throws for like low 4,000 yards, I mean, he's supporting 2 wide receivers.
Well, clearly you think he's supporting 2 wide receivers because
But you don't have him. Like, where is he in your rankings?
He's not there because I don't want anybody taking him.
He has 2 wide receivers in the top 50 for the
He would have been.
Texans,
He
with no
would have
Davis
been
Mills.
in the group of 3 wide receivers of the rookies.
At least I ranked Davis.
See, the problem is the problem is why I can't rank Mills is because he's not a runner. See, Trey Lance runner, Trevor Lawrence runner, Zach Wilson runner.
Giraffes aren't known for their speed.
No, they're not.
Giraffe jokes just don't get old.
He's not going to run the ball, and he's not throwing for 35 touchdowns, so he can't be ranked.
The only thing I'll say, I think it's like a little crazy. Maybe I'm biased to have Nico ahead of like Hunter Renfrow. Like,
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
that to me, that's a little crazy. But
He could have what's his name?
I mean, I think
don't-
it's
I
a little
always-
crazy that he has him above, like...
Why can't he have a Michael Pittman type year? He had Wentz.
that's crazy.
Why?
I don't think Michael Pittman. I mean,
One
the
was
year that
drafted.
Michael... Hold
One
on.
was drafted in the second round. He was drafted in the 3rd round.
yeah, but Brandon Cooks is there. Michael Pittman was the only option on that Colts team last year. Like, unless Cooks goes down, Nico Collins.
I mean,
is
it's
gonna see it.
There's a
He's
good
a
chance.
concussion away.
He's a concussion to retiring.
Yeah.
I don't think Nico Collins is gonna see 140 targets
Yeah.
though. That's like,
Yeah, I couldn't put him ahead of, like, Tyler Boyd, even KJ
I think
Osborne.
Tyler Boyd has to be declining at some point.
no.
No.
Tyler Boyd declining?
Oh,
Are you
man.
crazy? If one of those 2 receivers get hurt, that guy's a top 25 wide receiver.
Yeah, it happens every year.
It happens every year. Not this year.
I think Nico's like, I've seen a few people compare him to Michael Gallup. I think that's like a solid comparison, or like someone who's
He
a
is
deep ball guy.
He is not anywhere comparable to Gallup. Gallup
Wow.
is a string bean.
Not in terms of size. I'm talking about in terms
His
of
play?
His
yeah.
play style.
I do like him, but
Yeah.
again, you're
Like, I feel like I'm pretty high on him. Like,
All right, we're
Mike
the
has
same.
talked
We're
me
for-
into it enough
We're 4
Then I'm
spots
pretty
away.
high
We're
on
the
him.
same.
that, like, I feel like I'm kind of too high on him. But, like, listen, sometimes Mike is right about these dumb things.
I'm right
you know?
about wide receivers. Nico Collins is
Let's
going to
see what
have
he's
a
got.
good-
Let's put the money to his
good-
mouth.
I'll put money on it all day.
Where were we? You had Alan Lazard a little bit higher than I did. I don't think that Alan Lazard, I had him ranked at 45, just to make it a little bit clearer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he's a number 1 on any football team. No, like a true number 1.
No,
like how
not.
Juju's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a true number 1. That and add in Aaron Rodgers hasn't shut up about how nobody knows how to catch a football on that team. There's a lot of drama there. I don't know how much I really truly love that offense this year. I'm kind of staying away, and Dobbs is quickly rising up my rankings. When Watson comes back,
they're eating lunch together. That's
Yeah.
a big thing. Might be sharing needles soon. Who knows?
Needles.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He doesn't get vaccinated.
Mushrooms?
Rodgers. Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Correct.
ayahuasca.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That's where you were. You just had a nice
You forgot.
ayahuasca
Yeah,
trip
right,
in
right,
Alaska.
right.
How was it?
Exactly.
Breathtaking.
It's good. Yeah, I ran into Rodgers.
Nice. I talked about Treylon Burks, a little bit more about Tyler Boyd. If you need somebody who guarantee you 10 points,
Safe.
he's there. He's at the end of every draft.
Wait, you talking about Lazard or?
No,
or-
I'm on to Tyler Boyd.
Oh, okay.
Alan Lazard, he's got touchdown upside, and his quarterback's Aaron Rodgers.
I think
You gotta show it to me first.
his
really.
touchdowns are probably going to stay exactly where they are.
Yeah.
I think he had 10 last year.
I just don't believe he's talented enough
That's-
to to be that guy.
He's always been injured.
He's
as
not
well.
that guy, pal.
He's always been injured.
Yeah.
But even then, I just don't think he's talented enough. I think ultimately, like, you could be the number one guy, but if you aren't talented, being the number one guy means nothing.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm coming from. For Tyler Boyd, like I said, you need 10 points. Throw him in a lineup. Somebody gets hurt real quick. He's on your bench. Throw him. He's going to get you 10 points. 12 games with at least 5 targets last year. Being the third option on the Bengals. Had over 100 targets while missing a couple games. O-line is better. Burrow's getting better. You know, if Joe Burrow can go through all of his progressions this year, you can even see an increase in targets from Tyler Boyd with how much better the O-line can be. Yes, his ceiling is capped because of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but
Also an injury away.
Yeah, if one goes down, locked and loaded top 20 guy.
I mean, he had 2 seasons where he would have had over 1,000 yards receiving. Like, he's not a scrub. Like,
No.
he's
He's not.
It's crazy.
But he's also getting older.
I mean, he's 28. Like, it's not
Yeah,
crazy.
He
It's
was
not
never
32.
fast. He's
He's a possession
He's
receiver.
good.
yeah.
He's
He's
just
a
good.
possession slot receiver.
He's just good.
Where'd that end, Jay? That's 48.
That was a 48.
All right. 49 got Hunter Renfro, third and Renfro, baby.
So that's a little
50.
low. I just feel like it's a little low for Renfro, but yeah.
I think Waller's fine. Chris Olave, 50. Sky Moore, 51, which I don't like it. I'm looking at it now. Sky Moore. Sky's his limit,
little
but
too-
it's,
little
it's,
too high, I
it's
think,
way
for
too
Sky.
high. I like
Yeah.
Palmer better. Joshua Palmer's at 52. KJ Osborne, 53. And I'm at 55. So Christian Watson, 54. And Marvin Jones. You always got to have Marvin Jones there. He's good for 3 touchdowns in one game every year.
Yeah, it's fair. I saw that when I was looking at your rankings last time. I'm like, yeah,
I think we
right.
have to talk about Joshua Palmer. A lot of news coming out that he's getting a lot of hype coming out of camp. And just like Tyler Boyd, he's one injury away, and he's the man. Like, obviously, there's always going to be Allen there. And Mike Williams is probably going to be the one that's injured.
Yeah, I was going to
He's
say.
always injured.
You're good for 4 games with
Yeah.
Joshua Palmer being really good.
You got a stud wide receiver once that comes out, and you know they're going to throw the ball.
Mhm.
So.
I just worry, like, he will be on the field at times.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
He's
so
always,
they do run 3 wide receiver sets. I do worry that there are too many mouths to feed there. Whereas, like, there's other places where, like, you know, are there too many mouths to feed in, like, Minnesota? Answer's no. Like, Osborne has a way better chance of being more successful as far as fantasy terms go than I think Joshua Palmer does, just because, you know, you have Eckler. You have Keenan Allen, who demands 12, 14 targets a game. When Mike Williams is on the field and fully healthy, 10, 12 targets a game. You know, how much is Palmer going to see if everybody's healthy? That's why I have him a little bit lower, but I do really like Joshua Palmer a lot.
The talent's there.
The
It's so-
talent's
he's so
definitely-
good.
good. The difference to me between Osborne and then Palmer, which I have them both head to head, is the difference between running. I should swap it. The problem is Eckler and then Cooks. Obviously, Eckler is going to get so many more
Yes.
passing, receiving attempts compared to Cooks.
Yeah.
All right, your turn, baby.
All right. At 49, KJ Osborne. At 50, Russell Gage. 51, we talked about Nico Collins. 52, I have Kadarius Tony. 53, I have Chris Olave. 54, Joshua Palmer. And 55, I have Michael Gallup. Because I'm realistic about how good Dak Prescott is. You know?
I am too. I put $100 bet on it today.
I know, but your rankings don't back up what you're speaking. I do think that Michael Gallup could be rising up the rankings because, like you said, he's
Not
on
on
the
PUP.
not going to start the season on the PUP. As bad you think Dak is, he's going to have to throw the ball to somebody.
For those who don't know, PUP is only four games this year. It's no longer 6.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys a little heads up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's not on it, so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be people that get put on the PUP list.
There, yeah. I have a question about Chris Olave real quick
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you both have him top
50s.
top 53 because Billy has him 3 below 50, so I'm going to be specific. Jameis Winston sporting 3 top 50 wide receivers.
He could.
It's possible.
You feel good about that with
I
Alvin
don't know.
Kamara not
It's
being
still-
suspended?
But like you see how much lower I have Landry, and he's falling by the day.
Yeah, Landry's 61 for me. I
That's way low. Oh, so he doesn't have 3 of them in there. But he
Yeah.
is also not a Jameis believer. I'm a Jameis
I'm
believer.
Yeah,
not.
I get. Oh, true.
I'm more of a Jameis believer.
I guess my question was more centered towards your ability.
Yeah,
than
I
mine.
think he is. I mean, Olave is phenomenal. I thought he was the best receiver in the draft. Definitely the best receiver that came from Ohio State. That's a diss to anybody who's a Jet fan, by the way.
Justin.
I think he's got a solid quarterback who's not afraid to throw the ball. You know, the offense is very, very good. Michael Thomas, the hamstring injury is kind of lingering now, and is he going to be healthy all year? And how much work is Olave going to get? I think you could see a lot. So, like I said, I have Landry dropping down. I have Olave coming up the closer we get to the season. So
Yeah, I like Olave more just because of the fact that he has the potential to have a bigger play. Landry, you're kind of limited.
Mhm.
So, I mean, no matter, like, let's say they had the same targets. I still think the yards per catch is going to be greater for Olave. It's just like simple math for me. And I think that as long as Michael Thomas is healthy, I think Landry kind of falls way down. And then Chris Olave can be the burner and the deeper pass and all that. Because you already know Michael Thomas is not running deep.
yeah,
No.
Mr. Slant.
Slant man's
Slant man.
back.
they have 2 slant men and a guy who runs deep. I mean,
Yeah.
that's every Madden player's dream. But
Double slant in the post?
yeah,
Double slant.
you can't cover it.
I guess, like, for me, if this was Jameis Winston of, 2019, the year before they got Brady, where he was flinging that ball all around the field. I think he had 30 interceptions, doing his best Eli Manning impression. I think, like, that would be more of, like, I could see him having 3 top 50 receivers because that year Godwin and Mike Evans were awesome.
I mean, it's also not like where we have one guy who's in the top 5 and then one guy who's in the top 30. Like, 2 out of the 3 guys aren't even in our top 40. So
yeah, that's fair.
like he's not going to have record-breaking numbers, but I do think they do throw the ball more.
Yeah, I guess I'm factoring in the Alvin Kamara share of that pie, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you did a
Little bit,
pie chart,
definitely.
he's definitely
It's
seeing
the
100
same
targets.
thing we're saying with the Palmer and
Right, with Eckler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if there's like direct connection. I don't know. Like, Sean Payton has to, like, you don't want to disappoint Sean Payton. Like, who's this other coach? Like,
Dennis Allen?
Yeah, like-
He's a Raiders failed coach.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
We like that.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no respect in that room. Like, Sean Payton was just gonna bench you if you weren't gonna do what he says. This guy, I don't know. He might just be able to sling you because he can.
I guess we'll see.
The
I
arm
guess we'll
warmed
see.
up.
I don't know. I don't know. I hope we see Jameis in 2018, though. That was a fun Jameis.
I love that.
Even if he
Yeah.
throws 40 interceptions, it's way more entertaining than whatever last year
Throw
was.
50 because I mean he'll throw 65 touchdowns.
Yeah, like, I'll take it.
But that year was insane. We loved it.
What did I end at? I ended at 55. So 56, Robbie Anderson, Garrett Wilson, 57, Russell Gage, 58, Tyler Boyd, 59, Chase Claypool, 60.
All right. We ended 55, so I have 56, Jacoby Myers, not as high as Mike is. 57, Chase Claypool. 58, KJ Hamler, my boy. David Bell at 59. And at 60, Jameson Williams as well.
Woo. Jameson Williams and David Bell making an appearance. And KJ Hamler all making an appearance.
Yeah,
I
baby.
have David
This
Bell,
is
too.
my hey. We're getting something to talk about.
I really like David Bell.
Wow.
I do too.
If Watson wasn't suspended, David Bell would be a lot higher.
I think so as well.
He would be like around like 49, 48, around Nico Collins.
I have him here because there's 7 or 8 games where Amari Cooper just decides he doesn't really like football, so he doesn't show up. And David Bell, he's gonna be solid. He's a solid wide receiver. Jacoby Brissett, he's functional. He knows how to get the ball to the receiver. He could be the only guy out there, and Amari's like, I don't know, football's not really my thing today. So I think there is opportunity, and then towards the end of the year, when Deshaun comes back, sky's the limit for him.
You see that Jacoby Brissett quote? It was legendary.
No.
They asked him, they're like,
so bad.
they were like, how does it feel like to not be like Deshaun Watson? And he was like, it's very easy to not be like Deshaun Watson. Like, I feel very, it's like, jeez.
You know how awkward that organization must be?
Oh, man. That's so good.
Yeah.
I agree, Jacoby. I agree. It's
very
easy
to not be Deshaun Watson.
That's funny. Oh, God. I don't even know what to say after that.
I do want to say, I think, Mike, I think you're criminally low on Tyler Boyd. I think
Yes.
like 59.
I'm just big on Higgins and Chase, so.
I guess, but like
And
even last year, Tyler Boyd was a top 50 receiver.
Yep.
So
Finished
he's
41.
50. I have him at 59. I mean, I see them running the ball a little bit
Less.
more,
More.
and they're just passing them to two guys.
I mean, they got rid of CJ Uzama too.
Yeah.
They got Hurts.
Just more targets to go around.
Yeah,
What
Hayden
the heck
Hurts.
do
I don't know.
Come on.
That's
I like Hurts better than Usama.
I don't
Usama's
know.
not even
That's-
playing for the Jets. It's the other guy, Conklin. Conklin's playing more than Usama.
double tight end sets. Well, the Jets also.
First off, his name
are-
is
It's also the
Uzama.
Jets.
it's the Jets. Let's be clear. The Jets.
The Jets are hopeful. The Jets are hopeful.
Yeah, I think that hope is dwindling.
No, the hope's high. The hope's high. According to ESPN Radio this morning, the hopes are high.
Real quick, Jameson Williams, 60.
Love it.
You feel good about him returning? What?
Sometime this year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
He's a player where
He's a stud.
He's like one of those players you have to see if it's PUP list or IR. Because I think you
he-
return from
I
IR.
think he is PUP.
He is PUP.
Yeah,
is.
I'm almost positive he's PUP.
Yeah, I'm not. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. When he comes back, I think we talked about it a little bit when we were talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown last week. Amon-Ra loses a lot of steam when he comes onto the field. I'm telling you now, he's a game changer. The problem is that Jared Goff is his quarterback. Makes me a little bit sad to see that, but
I think, but Golf has supported
yeah.
plenty of two wide receivers. I mean,
I don't know if it was Goff that supported it. I think it was more Sean McVay.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I worry. But I would love to see Jameson Williams be higher in my rankings, but until I know for sure when he's coming back, I can't commit to it.
He is on PUP. I
Yeah.
double checked.
Yeah, it's just even after the 4 weeks, you don't know if he's going to be ready to play.
Right.
So
I think the Goff. I'm not so much concerned about Goff as so much as like he's coming in midseason. He hasn't practiced at all with Goff, so he's not gonna have a repertoire with him. I think that's more my concern. But next year when they draft a quarterback or
they're
add
definitely
one,
gonna. This team,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Lions next year, they get a
you
QB.
said that last year.
No, because how many games were they in last
they were
year?
in so
Yeah.
many
Every
games.
single
Yeah.
one. They were ruining all of my bets.
I agree. Yeah, we bet on the Lions a lot last year. me and you.
Any line, they would beat it. All right, so they're a lot closer than the Texans are, in my opinion. At least they have a
Texans?
somewhat.
I don't know why they're being compared to the Texans, but sure.
Because
No, they're
they're
way
both-
better than the Texans are.
I mean, they're
They should be getting
both-
compared to the Giants.
they're way above the Giants.
Well, as far as like, what do they take another quarterback? Yeah,
Oh, they're gonna take another. I mean, the Giants might get Golf at that point.
and then
Yeah.
wait a year and then take a quarterback.
Yeah, it's honest.
Oh God.
The only hard part I have is I want to talk about Russell Gage, Julio Jones. It's how much you buying into Julio Jones staying healthy. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there. He's catching he's just plucking them out of the air. We already know how athletic he is.
Yeah.
If
How
he's
healthy.
healthy, and we got to see if Godwin's on the PUP list, which I'm not sure
I
if
don't
he is.
know.
I don't
think
think
he is.
As
I
of
think
right
he
now,
might
he's
play
not.
week 1.
He might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm putting Russell Gage
Yeah. I had
down.
him. I mean, we talked about how banged up the O line is. That's not good for Fournette. They're going to be running quick plays out, and there's going to be targets everywhere. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's going to find his receivers whether he has 10 seconds or 2 seconds. Like, he's going to have schemes ready for that. So at some point, Russell Gage is going to be that guy that if, say, he misses a few games, Godwin decides he's going to miss a few games, Mike Evans got a hamstring issue right now. There's things happen. And that team threw the ball almost 100 times more than anybody else last year. So, and like if I wish that I could trust Julio, because then I put Julio there, but I don't.
I feel like it's like one of those years that like he was so bad last year, like he's gonna do something this year. That like,
Who, Julio?
Yeah, it's just a feeling. I can't support it. I can't, like it's like you just see it. Like he looks like he's ready for a comeback.
You feel it in your plums.
Yeah, I'm not drafting him, but
Godwin is progressing still. Todd Bowles said he's not sure if he'll be ready for week 1, but he's getting better each week.
So he's not on the pub.
Yeah,
no,
they might just put him on the pub last second.
Yeah, it's not yet. So they still have time.
Yeah,
but not yet. And Julio, I don't know. I'm kind of like of the belief like if you're in a Tom Brady offense, it's almost like even last year Antonio Brown had his games. It's
Antonio
Scotty
Brown when he
Miller,
played,
it's like
when Antonio Brown played last year, he was a top 15 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, my biggest question with Julio is does he stay healthy? It's not even
Julio, yeah.
It's not even like will he get points?
If Julio is healthy, he's better than Mike Evans.
No.
Like as a player, just as a player, not fantasy wise.
No, he's past his prime.
I think he's past his prime.
As far as like the production he'll be able to do on the field, I don't think his body can sustain that. I think he knows that. This is his third team in 3 years. Like that doesn't happen.
Tom Brady throwing for 50 touchdowns this year. I'll tell you that.
He could.
Tom Brady can throw 50 touchdowns every year for the next decade.
Oh, he's gonna break his own record.
Listen.
Yeah. Wait, does he have the record?
No, Peyton Manning
does.
If anything, Julio's worth a late round flyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's absolutely worth the risk because I could see him finishing top 30 and not even like thinking twice about it.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we at? Where we leave off at 61?
I think we left at 60. So I have Chase Claypool. I have Landry at 61. Julio Jones 62. Jameson Williams 63, and David Bell last 64.
Mm-hmm. I will have Julio before the season starts into my ranking somewhere when I figure out what is happening with Chris Godwin when we get closer.
Well, we're gonna update this rankings right before that, like right after cuts.
Yeah,
because that's when we know who's on PUP list, where people are. You're definitely gonna know exactly how this is gonna play off.
Yep. At 61, I have Romeo Dubes. Dubs. 62, Garrett Wilson. 63, Sky Moore, and I still think that's too high.
It's too high.
And 64, Mike's boy Quez Watkins, just to piss him off. That's where Julio's supposed to be, but I just wanted to give him a little shade.
Yeah, I didn't even rank him.
Just to touch on, explain to people why you're not high on Sky Moore, because we talked about it off air, but not on air.
All right.
No, we talked about it on air last week.
Yeah, we touched upon it. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, Kansas City, their offense is very explosive. They spread the ball like crazy, but after whoever the wide receiver 1 is, whatever their ranking is, they have never had a wide receiver 2 ranked higher than 42 in fantasy.
Fair.
Never. It's fact. Okay. So usually it was Tyreek Hill. Now we don't know. Is it going to be Juju? Is it going to be Hardman? We assume it's going to be Juju. We're going to bet on it as being Juju. And the next player after that is Kelsey. Those are the two. Everybody else is spread ball. It's never going to be like 1 week someone's going to go off, the next person ever, and after that. Sky Moore is a gadget play right now, and I don't see him taking over the starting role of either Valdez or Hardman, because Hardman's going to be the deep pass. So is Valdez. He's also the big wide receiver. Juju's the possession wide receiver. There's no balls going to be able to make to the Sky Moore.
Yeah, there was just too much hype from him right off the bat. Like the second he was drafted, people were like, "Oh, he's a must own." Like, in June? He's a must own in June? You haven't seen him play? Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
And I think Kansas City is known for this because they did with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
That's slightly different.
They boosted him like crazy, and they're boosting him. They're selling so much stock on this.
Nah, he was also a first-round draft pick, so I'm not gonna.
Sky Moore is the third round in the second.
No, he was the second
round, but like he was high in the second.
End of the second. Yeah, because Chiefs were always really good.
I thought they moved up.
No. Garrett Wilson, he's a stud, but he plays for the Jets, and we had a conversation. It was off the air before, right, when we talked about this, or was it on?
It was yesterday.
It was off the air.
It was off the air. Elijah Moore is the clear-cut number 1 on that team as of right now, but my my issue isn't with Garrett Wilson. It's with the lack of quarterback play. You're going to have Joe Flacco, presumably for 3 to 4 games at the beginning of the year. And then you got Zach Wilson, who's still working out kinks in his game. And then, not getting real in-game reps with Garrett Wilson.
Offensive line problems.
Yeah, offensive line problems. You have to feed Breece Hall. You have Elijah Moore's going to get those targets.
Michael Carter.
The team's not that good. They're hopeful.
And guess what?
They're hopeful.
They play in a division going against Patriots,
Yeah.
Bills. Bills probably best defense. Patriots are always honest, and
Dolphins are top 7, top 8 defense.
Yeah, and people fall asleep on. People are talking about their offense. Their
Yeah.
defense is. You know how much money they put in their secondary? Tons.
Yeah.
They should put more money in a real quarterback, but that's the point. I always have to give Tua some shade.
I hope Tua, just for the sake of this whole podcast, just shits on you. Just has
Tua doesn't
40
get it. No.
touchdowns.
See, my issue with Tua is he doesn't get enough hate. Is that
I don't know.
No, because Zach Wilson and obviously we live in New York and market's a little bit different, but Zach Wilson and what's his name, Danny Dimes, they get shit on.
We get shit on.
They get shit on, and
I can't
there's
bring
no
up.
he went from BYU, Zach Wilson went from BYU and is playing small schools, and is failing currently in his first year. But people are he's no good. You gotta get somebody else. Tua was playing in Alabama, winning championships, and he's playing dog shit, and nobody cares. They're like, nah, he's all right. He's still working through his stuff. Get out of here.
I just think Tua's too much.
Same thing with Trevor.
Too much of a pussy. He doesn't throw the ball deep.
Nobody gives Trevor some shit.
No, you know what it is? It's a New York thing. Listen, in New York, you're either great or you're not. It's either you're trash or you're great. And
I'm holding to a standard.
90% of the athletes here in New York end up being trash because they're not great.
Yeah.
So that's
They're
the
trash.
difference. It's the New York.
Yeah, Tua's trash.
thing.
That's it.
But you say that to Tua fans, they'll swear up and down that there's more haters in there
Let's
as
show
well.
him 10-yard underthrows. And
We're gonna see.
we
2
gonna see.
weeks.
We got 2 weeks till football.
All right, boys. That wraps up wide receiver rankings part 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's a wrap of all of our rankings. We went through everything. Hope you liked it. We'll update this weekly for you guys, starting after.
I update it every day. If you notice, I write my date. I change the rankings, but I know you guys don't look at it.
Yeah, I know. We have real jobs.
Yeah,
and
we don't
sit
sit
behind
at
the computer all day.
Yeah,
Yeah, we know.
yeah.
I know.
Because I have a laptop.
We're not on vacation for a whole month like you are.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
We have
Yeah.
things to do, jobs.
Right, right. I'm homeless. I sit at home and
No, you
sit.
Yeah,
in the
but
you
city.
just
kinda
sit at
do,
home.
yeah.
That's all.
You look homeless.
You work from your bedroom,
You don't shower in the morning.
That is a fact. I'll give you that last one. I don't shower in the morning.
Disgusting.
And you don't like coffee.
I hate coffee.
How you
Big
even
fact.
work? That's why you don't work at home, because you.
That's why our clips aren't up on time, and
Right, right.
Yeah, we're just shitting on him because we missed him. We haven't
Yeah.
talked to him all. He had no service for a week. So.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow, subscribe. All platforms are down below. I hope Joe Green don't let us down. Follow, subscribe. Follow, subscribe. It's almost football season, boys and girls.
Smooches. TikTok, we're big.